The first step in our work on the photo will be to address its brightness, contrast and saturation using the exposure panel in Capture One. I like to work on a copy of the photos to easily compare it with the original, and in Capture One you can clone a variant by right-clicking, and that's what we'll be working on. So, looking at this photo, it seems slightly too dark to me. I want it to be more fresh, bright and vibrant, so we'll tackle that first. We can always check what the program thinks about the exposure of the photo by clicking on this magical wand here, which will set the exposure values the program considers appropriate. Let's see how it looks. In my opinion, it's overexposed. The photo has become too bright, overexposed, so we'll decrease the exposure visually until we are satisfied. I think around 0.6 is great in this case. No highlights are blown out and the shadows have opened up a bit, making the entire photo more vibrant. At this stage, I also often add a slight contrast, but it's important to make subtle changes. Going into high contrast ranges can ruin the photo, blowing out the highlights and making the shadows too dark. We don't want that. We want the photo to have a neutral base. So I would make it around 8 or 9. It gives the photo a bit more 3D look without blowing out anything or drowning anything in black. In Capture One, we can always check the state before our edits. There's an icon for that. By holding the Alt key, you will see the keys I press displayed in the bottom left corner. We click that icon and see the original state. It was dark and now it's a bit brighter. Everything has opened up a bit. I don't usually touch the brightness slider. It's just a global adjustment for lightening or darkening the photo. So we can reset it with a double click. In portraits, where there is a lot of skin, it's often worth reducing the saturation slightly. The skin starts to look more elegant and not so overly colorful. Again, subtle adjustments are enough. I think around -6 is great. Let's check before and after. The original was a bit hazy and dark, and now it's more open, but nothing is overexposed. It's a good base, so we'll finish working with this panel at this stage.